Hi everyone, I am Rafael Soares, a specialist solution architect here at Red Hat. And in this video, I'm going to show how you can customize your Openshift DevSpaces dashboard. If you already installed Openshift DevSpace in your cluster, and when you first open the DevSpace dashboard, you may have noticed a couple of samples here. This is just a project samples that DevSpace offers for users or developers to quick start with their own cloud-based workspace. So the idea here is to have a predefined developer workspace based on tech stacks or sample projects, which provides all the tooling and the runtimes needed to working with that platform or language. So as you can see here, we have Java, Node.js, .NET, Ansible, Python, and whatnot. So, but maybe your organization has a different set of technology stacks that you want to provide as a quick start sample for your users. So how can we do that? How can we add more tech stacks, or how we can remove some of them or totally rebuild this catalog here? So that's what I'm going to show you in this video. So just for us to understand a high-level architecture of DevSpace. So DevSpace is composed by different components. DevSpace is actually installed in using a operator that takes care of provisioning all the components. So the high-level components that we see, if you open up the administrator documentation for DevSpace, you're going to see this diagram here. And one component that we are going to deal with in this session is the Devfile registry. This is the component responsible to expose these items here in the dashboard, which is essentially a web server hosting a static file, which is an index that indexes all the dev files that defines these tech stacks here. So the way these tech stacks or this sample project gets defined is using a standard called Devfile. If you are not familiar with Devfile, if you go to devfile.io, this is a open standard which is written in YAML that allows you to define which components, which tools do you want to provide for a developer workspace. If you go here to the public registry, we're going to see a variety of different platforms, technologies that are defined using this standard, which is Devfile. And all these components here, all these examples here, you can actually use to build up your catalog here, right? So in order to do that, to customize this Devfile registry, you have to create a new image, which is this web server containing this index file that I just mentioned. But you don't have to do this manually, right? If you go back here to the documentation, there is a Devfile registry public repository that contains all the building infrastructure, let's call it this way, that allows you to build your customized image. So all you have to do is just clone this repo here. Let me switch over to my local VS Code so I can show you how I did that. All right, so I already cloned this repo into my local machine, and I will start doing the customization that I want to show in this section here. So the directory that you want to pay attention is this dev file. Under the dev file, you have different technology stacks that you want to make available in your dev registry image. So this is the upstream one, which comes with a variety of technologies. What I'm going to do is just remove a lot of the examples here and left out just two of them. the Java 21 that I just created to show how you can create a dev workspace using Java 21, which was recently launched, and the bash one. So let's select all of the directories here under dev files, and I'm gonna just left out two of them, the bash one and the Java 21. And all the other ones, I'm going to move out of this directory and put on a hidden directory here called backup, right? And then I'm going to call a build script. This is the build that actually bakes all these dev files definitions under the dev files directory into a Apache HTTP based image, right? I'm not going to get into details on how this script does this, but essentially it uses Docker or Podman. You have to have Docker or Podman installed in your machine, because this script we're going to use it to build a new image. So this script, it's pretty simple. If you go here, build.sh -h, essentially what you have to do is tell the script which registry, container registry you're using, the tag that you want to give to your new image, and the organization under your container registry that you want to push the image to. So let's do this. So I'm gonna fast forward this video so you don't have to wait for the build. The first time you build the image, it will take a couple of minutes, but when it gets finished, all you have to do is push this image to your container registry, and later we are going to tell DevSpace to use this customized image, okay? All right, so I got my custom dev registry image built, and all that I have to do now is just push this image to my quay.io registry. All right, so let's do that using Podman. This is the command that I need to push my image, but my tag now is the custom-1.0. Let's push that image. All right, I just pushed that image to my quay.io. Let's go back here. If I open up my quay.io page, I just need to refresh here, and I should see a new tag here. There you go. A few seconds ago, custom-1.0. So this is the custom image that I want to use in my DevSpace now. So how can I customize and tell DevSpace to use this new custom dev registry image that we just built? So all you have to do is go to your Openshift administrator perspective here, console, and in your install operators, you can access the DevSpaces definition. If you go here to Openshift DevSpace instance specification, mine is called DevSpaces, yours maybe called differently, but this is the resource that you want to change, the Chi cluster custom resource. So open here. If you go to YAML definition, look for a property called Devfile registry. All right, let's just replace this default definition here, which is empty. And let's just paste the new definition that I already have. So essentially what I'm doing is telling the DevSpace to deploy a new container and replace the default one by my new image, right? So if you remember, we used a new tag custom-1.0, and I just give a name to this container, and let's save it. And in a couple of minutes, the DevSpaces operator will replace the default container that hosts the Devfile registry that comes out of the box with DevSpaces. It will replace by this one that we just built, And if we go here, actually, if we open the topology and goes to your Openshift DevSpaces namespace, we are gonna see exactly what is shown here in the documentation, right? So we have a dashboard pod that use a API gateway that does a proxy reverse to the other DevSpace components, right? Plugin registry, DevSpace server, and the Devfile registry. So if we open this deployment definition here, open the pod, we're gonna see that the pod is now pointing to my customized image, right? So let's go back to the DevSpace dashboard and let's refresh. Hopefully we're gonna see the change here. So pay attention to this. This is the catalog that comes out of the box, right? It provides Quarkus, Ansible, Python, and Go, and many others examples. But the customization that we did is providing just 2 examples, Java 21 and Bash. So let's refresh the page. And there you go. Here you can see our new Dev Registry image providing just the 2 technology stacks that we used, Java 21 and Bash. So that's it for this video. I hope it helps you to do your Dev Registry catalog customization on your own Openshift DevSpace clusters.